Welcome to the Jimbo No Show. Today is October the 12th, 2016. Like always, I got Harry Ezell with me.
What's up?
And we're going to talk about Week 6 college football and Week 5 NFL, which I didn't watch too much of NFL. I watched a little bit of college, but how about you?
Oh, yeah, I got my fill of college and NFL this weekend. The game that I would like to start off with is Houston and Navy. I don't know if you watched that one. Did you catch any of that?
No, I didn't catch any of that, but I heard the score.
Yeah.
Thank God someone beat Houston.
Why are you saying thank God? That would have been lovely to have them in the mix for the college playoff. I mean, pretty much the goose is cooked now. Even if they went out, they play in a division that doesn't even have a championship game. So it's going to be hard for them to get in.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of that game.
Yeah, so the game, it came down to the wire. It's not like Navy definitively beat them. You know, Houston still had the ball at the end to score, even though they were down. I think they were down by 2 touches in the fourth quarter, and they had to catch up. So, and of course, they fell short. So it's very, very, very interesting. You know, the elusive safety happened in that game in the fourth quarter, too, so that did help Houston's chances of actually coming back and winning that game. So to me,
so what are you trying to say, that the safety happened or it didn't really happen?
yeah, the safety did happen. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Navy got a safety on Houston. And it's pretty much just one of those tactics, whereas, you know, you go ahead and just let them score so you can play good defense and get the ball back. I kind of doesn't – I don't understand, because with a safety, you have to kick off. You know,
yeah, because to get the ball back from the 20.
Yeah, so I don't really understand that thinking behind it, but you know, it happened.
I don't understand the thinking behind that either, because after you give up safety, you got to go back on defense.
Yeah, I guess you thought your defense could stop them from scoring, or you could score on defense or something. So,
and does the Navy offense is a triple option?
It is the option. Well, you know, triple option, the run pass, whatever the heck you want to call it these days. It's pretty much that. So it is what you're trying to say is it is an offense that just eats time off the clock. It's nothing. Whereas, you know, you can stop them with a pass play or get an interception. You have to get a fumble, or you have to hope there's a bad exchange of the football from quarterback to halfback or from center to quarterback. You know, it's not an offense that makes a lot of mistakes.
Just like Georgia Tech, 90% run.
Oh my gosh, Georgia Tech. Watching Georgia Tech play is just so boring. It literally is run. And when you think we're not going to run it again, guess what?
We're going to run it again.
We're going to run it again. I mean,
we might throw the ball 5 times in a game.
Yeah. And Pitt literally was just dropping 11 guys down and daring Georgia Tech to throw the football. And they actually came out on first down and threw the ball. I was like, oh, what the heck is going on? But then again, you know, when you're playing from behind and you want to start throwing the ball around, that's not a good strategy at any level of football.
Did the receiver from Georgia Tech ever catch the football? Because, you know, after you block, you forget how to catch the football every once in a while.
Well, see, here's the funny thing. Like, Demaryius Thomas and Calvin Johnson, you know, they recruit.
Went to Georgia Tech.
Yeah, they recruit some receivers. So it's really funny. Like, we hear about, like, you play receiver at Georgia Tech and you're good and you're in the NFL? It's like, what the heck? So, you know, they recruit some receivers, but I just think it's a place where receivers go to die. Like, you don't go to Georgia Tech to pad your stat numbers. You went to Georgia Tech as a receiver. You wanted some playing time. You wanted to get an education for free. So
unless you're Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, he's a freak of nature, you know.
Who's retired? No.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Couldn't win with Detroit.
Couldn't win Detroit, so he just hanged up his sneakers, hung them up.
I did catch some of the Florida State and Miami game.
Yeah, that was the late night game. Played in Miami. I didn't think that game was going to be played in Miami. And I just want to pause. Like, the hurricane actually hit Miami as like a hurricane category 2, I believe. 3 or 2.
No, category 4.
4, yeah. And They played that game in Miami. But for some reason, they moved the South Carolina game that was played in Columbia when it was like a tropical storm. I'm just saying. Anyways, back to the talking about Florida State and Miami. To me, this was a desperation game for Florida State. I see no way how they're going to beat Clemson whenever they have to play them. So they need to get as many wins as possible, and they need to pray for a miracle to happen in order to get back into the ACC championship, let alone playoff championship talks again. And somehow
LSU, I'm not LSU, but Louisville got to lose another game.
Yeah.
And Clemson's got to lose 2 games.
Yeah, that's why I said they got to pray and a miracle to happen. Yeah.
Because right now, Louisville holds the tie against Florida State.
Yeah. And I don't see it happening. So desperation game for Florida State. And again, they won it on a last second. What was it, blocked field goal, I believe? Or blocked extra point? Yeah, blocked extra point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, to credit to them, they beat a nationally ranked team. I believe Miami was ranked in the top 10 at the time.
Yes.
When they beat them. So that looks good on their resume. But still, having 63 points put up on you by Louisville, that doesn't look good on your resume. And then losing again next week following. I forgot who they lost to.
They lost to North Carolina.
North Carolina? Yeah, lost to North Carolina on the late field goal. The Tar Heels. Yeah, so it doesn't look good for them on their resume. But they did get some help from what's that team? Notre Dame. Remember everybody was high and mighty on Notre Dame?
Yeah.
How many points they put up, Jimbo?
6, maybe?
3.
I didn't see that game, so that's why
NC State held Notre Dame to 3 points.
Was it played in North Carolina, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was played in North Carolina, Raleigh.
Yeah, I think that status jinx.
Yeah, Notre Dame, they had all this hype. This year's going to be their year.
I didn't think never to be after I think Corey Robinson's son graduated last year.
Yeah.
They had that just one.
Oh no, you're talking about David Robinson. Yeah, his son.
David Robinson. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they was going to be that good after they lose a couple of people.
Well, yeah. Well, Mr. Brian Kelly down there, he's got a nice 2-4 record down there in South Bend, Indiana. So, be interesting to see how long they tolerate that.
They like any other school, once they start losing, can't produce, you gone.
Yep, pretty much. Get them out of here.
Especially at Notre Dame.
Get them out of here.
What? You lost again?
You got to go.
I seen Michigan put 78 on records, but that's nobody.
Okay, so I had a discussion about that game. First of all, you have to understand that the starters didn't even play the second half.
I understand that.
And in the second half, they showed the stat that they ran the ball 30 times, threw the ball 3 times. So it's not like Jim Harbaugh or John Harbaugh. Which one is it? Is it John or Jim?
I think it's
Coach Harbaugh.
Jim
Harbaugh. It's not like he was trying to run up the score on Rutgers.
I mean, if you can't stop nobody, that's your own damn fault.
Like, I didn't watch that game personally. I just read about it, and I was like, wow, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. And then when you see the box score breakdown of the play-by-play, you're like, man, they really couldn't stop anybody up front with their front 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It didn't matter who Rutgers was putting on the field. Michigan was just running the ball all over.
That's why I seen all the running backs almost over 100 yards each.
Yeah, they had 3 running backs over 100 yards. So they were not tackling anybody. Like,
all right, second string out, third string. Your turn.
They literally went to they started going to the streets of New Jersey, pulling people off the street. You want to play for Michigan today? Come on.
Cheerleader, come on.
Come get you a few yards. Yeah. So that game, I mean, you feel bad for the kids at Rutgers. Like, they couldn't do anything to stop the game. But then again, you have to play the game. I mean, I can understand if it was the starters in there and they're throwing the ball over the field and it looks like Monday Night Football. But no, this offense was definitely their second string offense. I mean,
and they was running the ball.
And they were running the ball. I mean, you have to show up. You have to do something.
Hell, put 13 people in the damn game. They won't know.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that they really could have done to prevent that from happening was do the accelerated clock and just have it tick, 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 nonstop.
Yeah, they could have done that.
Yeah. So I want to talk about how the miracle at Tennessee finally died. Like their angels finally left them. They came back to reality. So for the second week in a row, Tennessee was down by 2 touches or 2 scores.
Let's start this off again. Let's try it 5 weeks in a row.
5 weeks in a row? Wow.
It seems like.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that is right. 5 weeks in a row, they've been losing by multiple touchdowns going into the second half, going into the fourth quarter. That is right. Yeah. It's just for the second week in a row, they've been down by 2 touchdowns. And I'm like, you know what? I'm changing the channel. I'm going to find another game to watch. And then you read the damn ticker, Tennessee, Texas A&M overtime. You're like, what? What happened?
Again?
Yeah, you're like, yeah. I'm like, again? So I refuse to change the channel. I'm like, there's no way Tennessee can win this game. I don't want to watch it because last week when I turned back to watch the Georgia, the Hail Mary against Georgia, I was like, wow, that was worth turning back to actual see. I was actually at the bar and turned to it and started watching other TV. But this game I was watching at home, and I was like, nah, I'm going to watch Alabama, Arkansas. This is basically the game of the week that I've been waiting on. I'm going to watch this one. You know, and then, like I said, the ticker comes across. They're talking about Tennessee, Texas A&M, overtime. Tennessee, Texas A&M, second overtime. You know, I was literally sitting on edge like, just change back. All you have to do is hit the last button. That's all you have to do. You have to change.
Or in your case, I'm not going to use her name, change channel.
Yeah, it's just – yeah, thank you for not using that. This channel will change. Yeah. Yeah. So I just can't believe that they actually came back. And when you go back and you look at Tennessee and their body of work, I still say that they're the best one-loss team in the country right now. And it's because I say that because as long as there's time on the clock, Tennessee has a chance to win a football game. Because they've proven that 5 weeks in a row.
But they got to play Alabama this week, don't they? Or next week?
I don't know who they have coming up on their schedule. I have to check that out. But I do know they haven't played anybody in the West yet. So, and whenever we talk about the SEC being a dominant division, we always talk about the SEC West. So, you know, any year when you don't have to play Alabama
is a good year.
Good year. So
you know that. I could tell you that too.
Yeah. So I would like to see Tennessee in the SEC championship game, and the way Georgia's playing, and the way Florida, and that's huge with that Florida LSU game being canceled. So, in the way Florida's playing, it's going to kind of come down close to see if they can get in, because I don't think Georgia's getting in, but Florida. If Florida doesn't make up that LSU game,
you got to make it up.
You see, and that's what's so hard. I agree with you wholeheartedly, 100%. They have to make up that game because
it's a conference game. I mean, it's not like it's an out of conference game. It's a
conference game, and that game possibly holds a lot of implications as to who represents the SEC East if they don't play that game. So they wholeheartedly have to play that game.
I mean, make them play I know they can't do it. Make them play a Thursday night game, or.
Well, I personally say is that I know Florida has another one of those tune-up games, as you want to say, that they have remaining on their schedule. That they throw that game out the window
and let them play that. If LSU ain't playing nobody, let them play that weekend.
Yeah, let them play that game. Do it right there because that game has to get played. Even if you play it after Thanksgiving, that game has to get played.
Because how can you tell them that you not in the conference championship because you didn't play that game?
That is true. That is true. That's pretty much the extent of my Well, I saw Alabama and Arkansas. I totally flaked on that Clemson BC game because it was on a Friday. I'm like, ugh, who plays on Friday?
That's why I want to know when the hell did they start scheduling football games on Friday? But I did see the game.
Yeah, especially Division One games on Friday. Like sometimes they do Thursday night for Division One games,
Now
but
that's every Thursday night almost now. But why a damn Friday night game?
I don't know. I mean, that's high school shit.
Even Coach Dabo says he'd rather spend time watching his sons play football in high school than going off to coach.
Yeah, and yeah, that is right. That game was in Boston, so yeah,
Yes.
that was.
I did watch that. I watched that in the hotel lobby on two 55-inch screens. I have both of them turned to the game. I could look this way and look this way and had the game in my view.
Nice. Yeah, but that Arkansas Alabama game, you can definitely tell that Arkansas is on the rise. They're coming again as a power in the SEC West, but Alabama right now, their quarterback making smart decisions. The running game, good luck trying to stop it.
Their defense is really the beast.
Well, that's a staple of Alabama. Even when the offense at Alabama was questionable, the defense has always been a terror. Wherever Nick Saban has gone in college, the defense has always been solid. And you can say that about Michigan State, LSU, and now Alabama. The defense has always been solid.
Because I think the defense scored in every single game so far they played this year.
I know they scored the past 3 games.
I think they scored in all of them.
Yeah. So, yeah. Their defense is scary. And then just to see that, when Alabama gets a 2-touchdown lead, it's literally we're going to line up and we're going to run the ball down the road until you can stop it. That's literally what happens with them. And it's like they take out their first string running back and they run out another thoroughbred 5-star blue chip, whatever the heck you want to call it, recruit. Like, all right, go get you some. And if you look at it, they have TJ Yeldon, Mark Ingram. We're going to leave out Trent Richardson and Kendall Drake. They have 3 running backs right now.
So why are you going to leave out Trent Richardson?
That dude is a bum. I mean, I'm not a professional athlete. But, he went from being number 2 in the Heisman Trophy race to being just a complete, yeah, we're the Browns. We don't want you. We'll let you go. Then he went to the Colts, and the Colts was like, yeah, never mind. And then he was on a practice squad for some other teams, and he doesn't even have a job right now. I mean, granted, he made all that money with the Browns, so if he was smart, he really doesn't have to work again a day in his life.
You said the key word there.
If he was smart. Yeah.
But you know how a lot of athletes are they not smart?
Yeah, well, I'm just waiting for the Jamarcus Russell story to come out and say that he's broke, because
you know it is.
That dude stole from Al Davis. I don't care what anybody says.
You know he's poor.
Thief. And he needs to be arrested.
Did you watch any of the Stanford game over the weekend?
Oh, I'm done with Stanford after Washington beat them. What did Stanford do?
I don't know. That's why I was just asking if you watched them. If you kept up with number 5, whoever his name is.
Christian McCaffrey. No, after I stayed up to watch that Washington game and he couldn't do nothing, and they lost big to Washington, I'm like, yeah, Stanford's done. They're in the Pac-12. Their goose is cooked. They're done. They're juiced. And it looks like Washington State beat them. So, yeah, they're really done.
Damn, they lost 2 games?
Yeah.
Yeah, they done. You want to switch over to tell everybody what you watch in the NFL?
Oh, the NFL. So, my NFL started off great because I was able to watch the Jets versus the Steelers. And Big Ben literally put on a show for the second week in a row. No, well, who did they have? No, they lost to they beat Kansas City, and now they beat the Jets, and it was the Eagles that embarrassed them. But, yeah, the Steelers' offense looks great. I mean, Now with the emergence of Sammy Coates and Whelan on the outside, Antonio Brown can do what he's supposed to do and play underneath and still run that seam route and burn you deep. So the Steelers offense now is spreading you out. And then you got Le'Veon Bell, who by far I think could be an easy number 2 receiver on any squad here in the NFL, but he happens to be the number 1 running back for the Steelers. So he's a dual threat in the backfield. He can run the ball, and he can also spread out wide and catch it. So the Steelers offense looks great. And then the ageless wonder, D'Angelo Williams, is coming in to spell Le'Veon Bell. So the Steelers offense is looking good. The defense still a little shaky. They're not giving up 300 passing yards like they were, and they're not giving up 100-yard rushers every week like they were last year. So the defense is getting better. It's not the steel curtain like it used to be in the late 90s, early 2000s. So it's coming back around to being better. But the Steelers offense is looking great. If I had to bet, I would say they're the 3rd best team in the NFL right now. Still, the best team, I think, right now in the NFL is surprisingly the Minnesota Vikings. If you look at it and you say, okay, the Vikings, you're going to lose your starting quarterback, you're going to lose your starting running back, and your receiver core is going to be mediocre at best. You're going to say that, yeah, you're done. Then all of a sudden, you trade for Sam Bradford. You probably have, if not number 1B defense. I'm not even going to say number 2. Like, it's 1A, 1B. Number 1B defense in the league. And then you got Sam Bradford not turning the ball over. And you got this guy, I can't remember his name right now, but he came from like Indiana State or some small school in Indiana, running the ball. And you're going to be putting up 30-some-odd points a game. Nobody would believe it unless you could actually go back and look at the scores right now of what they're doing.
That's what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, granted, it was the Texans without J.J. Watt. So they still put up, I think it was like 34 points.
Yeah.
So they're my number 1 ranked team in the NFL. Number 2 team, I'm going to say the Patriots, even though Tom Brady came back and played the Browns and pretty much showed Roger Goodell, yeah, I'm still that good. It doesn't matter if you give me a 4-week vacation. I'm Tom Brady. And they came out and they beat the snot out the Browns. And the reason why they're my number 2 team is because they went 3-1. Basically, they went 2-0 with a backup quarterback. Then they went 1-0 with a third-string quarterback that they had to call up. And then they lost that game with a third-string quarterback who, quote-unquote, I believe that his thumb was still hurt and he couldn't grip the ball. That's why I believe they lost that game. So I think Belichick, it doesn't matter who gets hurt, what happens with that team. He's all about the next guy up. And even when Gronk was hurt, that guy, Martavius Bennett, stepped up and was a force at tight end. So his system, whatever he has, he just needs to put it in a bottle and start selling it to people because it's how you can actually win football games is by incorporating his system.
Yeah, he's a good coach.
Yeah. And the Pigeons lost. That was a good thing.
It finally went down.
Yeah, gotta throw that jab in there. We still need to figure out what's wrong with the Panthers because they can't win a game. Hopefully, with Cam coming back next week, they can win a game.
I'm not gonna go there. Something definitely went wrong after they went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, something is wrong in Charlotte, North Carolina. The Rams is probably my surprising team. Even though they're 3-2 right now, after that first game when they couldn't even beat the San Francisco 49ers, let alone score a touchdown, I didn't think they would win a game, but they managed to win 3. But now they lost this past week to the Bills, I believe. So it'll be interesting to see what they do the rest of the way down the track. I'm still not riding high on the Falcons, even though they beat the Super Bowl champ, the Broncos. Because the Broncos, they had in another backup quarterback.
Yes,
their quarterback has a sprained shoulder. Even though Julio Jones is actually beasting out this year, and Matt Ryan is playing like Matt Ryan back when he played at the Boston College. So
I'm not going to jinx him, but he ain't going to keep it up.
yeah, last year. Let's not forget. Last year they went 5-0, and then they couldn't figure out how to win a game. So let's revisit this come like week 8 to see if they still
undefeated.
Yeah. No, they're 4-1. 4-1.
Okay. 4-1. Let's see if they're still winning games.
Yeah. The biggest shock is that whenever you turn on sports talk radio, is that you hear about the Dak Prescott, Tony Romo drama that's going on.
Yeah.
Me personally, the Cowboys are 4-1. They're relevant in the NFC East. You're winning football games behind 2 rookies who you're paying nothing for. I mean, you got to ride those horses for as long as you can, for as cheap as you can, before they start to say, you know what, I'm going to hold out until I can get a bigger contract, or I'm going to just sit out, not play, and then get released and go to a different team and get paid. So Dallas just needs to go ahead and just kill all that noise about it's still Tony Romo's job. Go ahead and ride this Dak Prescott. What's his name? Dak Prescott.
Yeah, Prescott. But don't they got to wait until their rookie's contract goes out before they could negotiate another contract?
So rookie deals, as I understand it, are signed for either 4 to 5 years, and you have to fulfill 3 years before you can re-sign that contract. So they're in year 1, literally right now. They can't do anything year 1, year 2, year 3. They can sign the extension, or they cannot sign the extension and try to see if they can hit free agency and get paid, or they can just go ahead and fulfill their rookie contract and then hit free agency. Will be an unrestricted free agent, and then they can get paid.
I'm going to give Prescott a little advice because, that's Tony Romo's team. They already said it again. So I'm going to play 1, 2, and 3. I'm hauling ass out of there.
Dude, Tony Romo, yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard, even when the guy who signed the check, Jerry Jones himself, saying it's Tony Romo's team. I'm like, dude, he's Mr. Glass.
Mm-hmm. He's been injured every year for the last 3 years.
Yeah. He can't win in December and January when it counts. He can't win in the playoffs.
He's too much fried chicken before that game. I don't know why.
Yeah, you got to give this young kid a chance right now because nobody thought he would do this well.
Because me and you are not Cowboy fans, at least from a long shot.
At all. I could care less about the Cowboys. But I hate every week when they say America's game, the Dallas Cowboys. I'm like, no, it's not.
Because if something's working, you don't go back to put the other guy back in there. You keep on with the same person.
Correcto. And I'm pretty sure the Browns will take him.
I'm pretty sure anybody in the damn league right now losing to take him. Even the Rams.
Yeah, so it's not like he won't get work. He can get some work. So
And the Cowboys still want to put Tony Romo back in. He's good. He only got a vertebrae broken.
Yeah, it's his back now. You got to start to think about your quality of life after football, Tony. Don't do it.
Retire.
Yeah, don't do it.
Do what Calvin Johnson already did. Just go to hang up the cleats.
Oh, yeah, and I want to talk about the sleeper team here in the NFL that hardly anybody's talking about. If I was to tell you that this team is 4-1.
Hold on. Let me think about it. You're not talking about the Redskins?
Nope.
No. Okay, that's my last guess. The Raiders?
The Raiders, yep. Sleeper team. Yeah, look at your face. Yeah. Nobody was like, the Raiders are 4-1? Wait a minute. You talking about the Raiders? Yeah, man. The Raiders are 4-1.
Did Oakland move to another team?
Yeah. I was big on David Carr last year because I'm like, yo, this kid could actually play. And with Amari Toomer and my what's that dude, Crabtree out there? Yo.
You talking about Amari Cooper?
Amari Cooper. I called him Amari Toomer. Yeah, that dude's retired. Yeah. He's Amari Cooper. My bad. Yeah, Alabama. Yeah, they're legit. The Raiders are legit. Especially playing in that AFC division out there in the West, they're legit. So be careful. The Raiders are going to surprise some people come playoff time.
They play the Chiefs this week.
They got the Chiefs.
Yep. Falcons versus the Seahawks.
That's the game I probably have to watch.
And if y'all find any kind of way to screw this one up, I would have to get Martavis Bryant out of rehab and play for y'all. Y'all play the Dolphins.
The Dolphins, the Fins.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm glad you say Martavius Bryant's name because, man, just imagine we can go 4 wide with 3 speedsters and then Antonio Brown, who you're not going to say is a speedster. That's just hilarious.
But Antonio Brown is a speedster, though.
Yeah, that's the point. You can go 4 wide and just tell Ben, hey, look, just throw it up. One of us will be down there.
1 of 4.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Wheaton. You would have had, like you said, Bryant, Brown, and Coates.
Yeah.
Like, let's even go 5 wide. Let's put Bell out there.
Yeah, put Bell out there 5 wide. What is this, Madden?
It works.
Gosh.
Just make sure your front line could block somebody. It'll work.
Yeah, the 2016 offense looks good. Hopefully you can keep everybody there for the 2017 version because that's just sick. That's cool.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. You got this boring behind game on Monday night? The Jets and the Cardinals? Can we just not even show that game on TV?
So, first of all, the Cardinals need to figure out something, man. I understand Carlson Palmer's in the concussion protocol, but, that dude, Michael Johnson, what's his name? Marvin, whatever his name is. M. Johnson, screwing up my fantasy. How you play receiver and catch no balls, dude? How you start and not catch not one damn ball, man?
Are they throwing the ball to him?
Yeah, he is the number 1 option on the team. He's listed on the depth chart, receiver, number 1. His ass. Like, yeah, just messing up fantasy squads. That's what I'm saying. Not one catch. Not one.
I don't know. He might need to put some stickum on his gloves.
Yeah, something.
Put some clear stickum, not no black stickum so everybody can see it.
At this point, he can put a string attached to his hand on the ball. He needs all the help he can get.
I want to say big shout out to CJ Spiller for getting signed by the Seahawks. He was out of the job for
somebody did pick him up. I heard that New Orleans cut him. Okay.
Yep. They had too many running backs, man.
Yeah. Well, the rumor is that what's his name? Beast Mode. Marshawn Lynch is back. He's working out.
That's what I heard, but I don't know how true it is, though.
Yeah.
Because he never officially retired, though.
No, yeah. So, if the Seahawks can get him back.
No, it'd be awesome to get him back.
And still, the Seahawks are still playing stellar defense. They're just having trouble scoring the ball.
Yep.
And I still say they still have the best secondary with Earl Thomas, Cam Chandler, and Richard Sherman, and whoever you want to put on the corner on the other side. They still have the best.
You don't need the other side.
You don't need the other side. Yeah, they got the best.
Legion of Boom, they cover up the whole side. So
yeah,
if you throw out Sherman, you most likely is going to get picked.
Hey, speaking of which, Jimmy, if you're a GM of a football team and you're paying a guy $12 million a year to play cornerback in the NFL, wouldn't you want that guy to cover the opposing team's number 1 receiver at all times?
Yes, I would.
So why doesn't Josh Norman do that?
Let's phone up the Deadskins and we could ask the defensive coordinator that.
And then he gave that phony-ass interview talking about, I go where they tell me to go. I'm like, shh, you just glad you're getting that check.
That's doggone right. I think the Panthers should have kept him, though.
Yeah, because as you can see, $12 million, what $12 million gets you.
To the Deskins.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about, Harry?
Nah, I am tapped out.
You want to tell everybody how to find you and when's the next show of Blockbuster Review?
Blockbuster Review will return shortly. We have been on hiatus, and I do apologize. I know we are definitely a go for Doctor Strange. I believe that's early November. And there we are talking about doing Jack Reacher when it comes out next week. So stay tuned because we are going to make a comeback with the Blockbuster movie review. You can catch me on YouTube, Twitter, and Google Plus, The Mind of Q, and you can catch me on Facebook as eCubed.
Like always, you can find me on Twitter, Jimbo2914. Facebook, you can find me on the Jimmy Banks, but don't friend request me because
Dino.
probably won't get accepted. Until next time, till October the 19th, peace.